Now, for our closing remarks, we have Heather Mickman. Heather is the Senior Vice President of Platform Engineering and Practices at Optum and is definitely someone that I look up to. Heather, take the stage.
Thanks, Kate, and good morning. So as Kate said, I'm Heather Mickman. I'm Senior VP for Platform Engineering at Optum, as Kate says. And what that means is I support teams that provide capabilities for our software engineers at Optum. And some of that's been talked about already this morning by Kate, Serena, Katie, and Amy. And so what we do is we provide capabilities to move data around in cloud platforms for our teams. And I love that I have the opportunity to work with wonderful women like Kate, Serena, Katie, and Amy. And I'll share a little bit about my journey in a bit, but I wanted to start by saying, you know, you all were selected for this award, and congratulations. I truly was astonished at the accomplishments that each and every one of you have already achieved. So just really, really, like, congratulations. It's truly inspiring to see. Your aptitude for technology will really set you apart in the workforce. And in fact, take time to recognize you've already set yourself apart from your peers. And it'll just continue to be a wonderful strength throughout your career. So a little bit about me and how, kind of what my journey has been to this point in my career. So I've been working in technology for more than 20 years. And when I say that out loud, sometimes I'm just like, wow, where did 20 plus years go? It feels like just yesterday. I graduated from Macalester College. At Macalester, I majored in economics and math and started at a company called Anderson Consulting at the time. It's now called Accenture. And I'd accepted that position after a summer internship with that organization and started in their San Francisco office. And I had always thought, I truly believed, and I think I've got a little stubborn nature in me as well. I truly thought I would go back to school to get my PhD in economics. And that's really how I had structured my coursework while I was at Macalester, was to position me for that type of career. But I found I had a ton of passion and truly loved working in technology. And the time that I was in San Francisco was during the late 90s. And that's when it was the original kind of .com boom and bust. So it was really an exciting time to be there. And I had the opportunity to work at a number of startups and some big tech firms while I was in San Francisco as well. Got to work across a lot of different industries because I was working at Accenture. It's a management consulting firm. And so I had to work in high tech manufacturing, glass manufacturing. I worked at a railroad company for a while, some transportation companies, and even in a biotech organization for a while. It was a really fun experience and a great way to spend my 20s, getting to just have a lot of different opportunities to try new things. But at the center of all of them was technology and building software solutions. And then, and I always say, like any good Minnesotan, I realized I actually missed my family. So I moved back to Minnesota to be closer to them and spent a couple of years actually working with my dad at our family business. And I had the realization while I was working there that I actually liked working at kind of bigger companies and that I really did miss working in technology. And while I did get to do some tech work while I was working with my dad, it wasn't at the core of what my job was. So then I started at Target, and I spent about 10 years of my career at Target working across all different parts of the technology organization there. And in my last 5 years while I was at Target, I was helping lead through the digital transformation of Target. And while it was so much fun, I learned so much while I was there. Initially, I led, as part in that transformation, led the API program. And prior to that program and that work, there weren't any APIs to access data at Target. And so that was truly foundational to Target.com and just that site that exists as it is today, all the mobile capabilities, real-time replenishment within the stores, warehouse automation. I mean, just kind of everything across the board, truly to enable Target to be a leading digital retailer. And doing all of that and leading a transformation in addition to the technology work really relit my career, relit my fire, I would say, mid-career. And it was also during this time that I really discovered a passion for the broader technology community. I started to do a lot of speaking at conferences and found out and discovered how much I really enjoy building community and discovering new things, building relationships, you know, just kind of work every day was great and those relationships were wonderful, but I found I had a much broader perspective when I built that network. I'm now on the board of MiniStar, and that's a nonprofit that works to build the tech community in the Twin Cities here. We host a ton of events, mini demo, mini bar, and now we're doing a lot of virtual AMAs and rethinking all of these wonderful in-person events that we used to host and organize for the technology community, and how do we rethink those in times of COVID. I'm also an organizer for DevOps Days Minneapolis, so Serena talked about that. And we do monthly meetups there, although we've stopped doing the meetups in times of COVID. Just a lot is changing. And then in terms of, and then Optum. So I joined Optum about 3 years or so ago. And I made that move because I wanted to take my passion for technology, driving change, driving community, and apply that in the healthcare industry. And it's truly been an amazing experience to help improve healthcare. Wow, it's a complicated industry. I'll kind of say that, especially coming from retail. You know, retail is pretty straightforward to understand. Healthcare is very complex. And so it's been really a fascinating amount of learning over the last 3 years. And Optum has been lighting the world as well through this COVID crisis, and it's been fun to be part of a number of different efforts there. It's truly, I think, lit the fire in the healthcare industry, this COVID crisis, to really double down on digital experiences, you know, for us as patients and for our providers, for the, you know, for our doctors and our clinical workers. Been doing a lot of work to enable telehealth. A ton of work. There was the CARES Act that was passed a couple months ago to distribute, or the government was distributing $100 billion to our provider community. And this team that we all work on helped to enable the distribution of those funds in that important time. So, so that's a lot. That's kind of how I got to where I am today. I'm really passionate about a lot, and in particular, I'm passionate about supporting women in technology and building diverse teams. And it's something that requires intention, I think. And so I say that out loud to all of you, of be intentional about that as you build teams, as you work on teams. And it's also, you know, one of the reasons why I was so excited to start this relationship with Minnesota Aspirations in Computing to help support all of you. I'm also one of the executive sponsors at Optum for our Women in Technology work, and it's really important work, and I'm proud to be a part of it. So thank you so much for your work in technology and taking this step, and for the difference you are already making. Like I said, I'm really proud for each and every one of you, of all of your accomplishments, and I'm excited for your bright future ahead. I'd encourage each of you to continue to learn, find your passions, chase your passions, seek and find mentors, and in addition to mentors, seek and find sponsors. Sponsors are the people that will look out for you when you're not in the room. They'll help advocate for you and help grow your career. So I hope I have the opportunity to work with more of you in the future. And again, congratulations to each of you.
Thank you, Heather. I think everyone got to see what I have always found so inspiring of you.